everybody, this is Kent Aberle. I hope you guys are doing well. Today I want to talk to you about playing quiet. Now, all of us, especially you young guys who are just getting started gigging, you're gonna have to learn how to play quiet and how to enjoy it. And you'll eventually get to where you really enjoy playing quiet. So what I want to do today is give you some easy tips on simple solutions to help you play quiet. So, tip number one, stick choice. So the normal stick that I play most of my gigs with is a Vic First 1A. This is a hickory stick. It's kind of long. It's got a Taj Mahal tip. It's got a really nice ping when you hit a ride cymbal. One way you can play quieter is by switching out the wood of your stick. So what I'll do is if I have to play quieter, I'll switch to an SD11, Vic First SD11 Slammer, which is made of maple. So maple is a much lighter stick than hickory. So what's cool about that is you can go with a stick of your same diameter, or maybe even a little bigger, so you can really relax your hands around the stick while you play. That way you're not holding back on a weight, trying to hold back and play quieter. You can just relax and play quieter by using a lighter stick. So you don't necessarily have to go from like a 1A or a 2B to a 7A, which feels like it's swimming in your hand because it's so thin. You can go with a maple stick. So check this out. Here's my ride cymbal with a hickory stick. Here's my ride cymbal with my maple stick. So as you can see, it just cuts it down a little bit. Now that little bit can make a big difference because if you're playing like in a restaurant and the owner comes up and says, hey guys, can you guys bring the volume down just a little bit? A lot of times what that can be is a lot of places aren't really acoustically sound. So what happens is when you're playing your ride cymbal, it can produce like frequencies, and those high frequencies get bouncing around, and it can actually trick people into thinking that you're louder than what you are. So higher pitches can actually confuse people into thinking it's volume. So by going with a maple stick, it lowers the pitch of your cymbals all around the board. When you hit your crash cymbals with a lighter stick, it's going to be lighter. It's a softer wood also, so the tone that comes off of everything comes off much more dark and a little bit more elegant, and it's just easier on the ears. Same with your drums. When I hit my drums with a lighter stick, it's going to produce a little bit of a darker tone, a little bit less volume. So stick choice, number one. Number two, another option, these are called Vic First Roots. So this is basically, there's a bunch of different versions of these on the market, but it's basically dowels of wood banded together, and they spread apart so that when you hit a drum, really cuts down on the volume. So this is kind of like in between a stick and a brush. Now here's the thing with these. If you're going to blast away on these like a metal drummer with these, you're just going to end up with wood all over you, all over the floor, and these are going to last about one gig. So you have to just play looser and quieter with these. You got to understand what you are using to perform on your instrument. So if you're blasting away with these, they aren't going to help. You might play quieter, but they're only going to last you one set. So just when you're playing with your roots or any other type of dowel stick, just make sure that you understand that you got to play lighter with these sticks. They'll make a huge difference on your drums, crashes. These are fantastic. Brushes. Now, the thing is with brushes, if you're a rock drummer, you're not really used to using brushes a lot. And honestly, there might be gigs where the brush just doesn't really quite do it. But what you can do is use your dowel stick or your root in your hi-hat or cymbal hand and your brush on your snare. Okay? That's a really easy way to get through a night playing really quiet while staying relaxed. Okay? Okay, so next is your snare drum. So your snare drum, a lot of us, like especially if we're playing in like a dance pop type band or something where we want a nice snap on the snare drum, that can be difficult because if your snare drum is tuned up really high, it's really hard to get a decent sound out of it when you're playing quiet. So what you want to do is loosen your snare wires. So if I'm playing quiet on my snare drum when it's cranked up tight, there's not a lot of body to that, so it doesn't really move air, which we want to create sound waves that move air. So what you can do is make the sound wave of your snare drum a little bit bigger by loosening your snare wires. Check it out. Boom! So now I've got a bigger snare sound while playing quieter. Alright, so your snare drum can make a big difference. Just loosen your snare wires, let it breathe. And last but not least, relaxing. So you're always going to come up to gigs where you have to play quiet, guys. It can be like there's places in Atlanta where a guy will walk around with a decimeter, and if you're over 90 decibels, he will literally find the bride and groom of the wedding you're playing a bigger deposit because the band went over 90 decibels. It happens. There's another place in Atlanta where on the other side of a glass wall and you're performing where they book bands where there's endangered species swimming in water on the other side of a wall. And if you get above a certain decibel level, you might endanger the species that are swimming on the other side of the wall. It's real. We have to learn how to play quiet. But those are sometimes the gigs that pay great. So you got to learn how to play quiet and do it relaxed. So technique is a secret to being relaxed. So if you want to learn how to play relaxed and play with really good relaxed technique, go to my website, www.kentaberle.com. There's a place there where you can click on to learn about the lessons. You can send me your email. If you send me your email, I will send you a full program on how to play with your hands super relaxed. And it will really help you play quieter and enjoy it to where honestly now, I really enjoy playing quiet gigs. It allows me to create new things and actually makes me a better drummer when I'm able to throw down. So I hope these tips help you guys out. Hit me up, www.kentaberle.com. Make sure you subscribe below. I hope to do more lessons and videos for you guys. And I hope to see you soon on the road. Be safe, stay healthy, play your drums every day. Peace out.